show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars driving fast. It's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash.
Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Now Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
12. Under crunch. Ric Flair.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
That's what I do.
A shotgun snap for Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Turbo set.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Shell. Super. Set.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Aaron Jones, 82 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
Tiger.
To throw is gone. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
At the Seahawks' 46-yard line.
Mike.
Mike 20.
55. Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Hey, 4 down.
And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Hey, 76. 76.
Mike
76.
51. Here it comes.
From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position, a couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Check, 59. Come on, the ball.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Rams, nothing.
What? 380. 59. I don't think you got it, son. Mike 5-9. Alert.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson has complete to DK Metcalf.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
What? 280. Nice, sweetheart. Got it. He's crushed. Time off. Hey, 0.
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Got it.
Here's Wilson. Jones has it.
Here we go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Mike's 50.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. This is Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run. It's Gurley. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Cut. 180. Horrible.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Goff on 1st down. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Out of the gun. Goff. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Let's go, let's go. Switch. Hey, Mike, 51.
Hey, lift.
51.
Hey, zoom.
Double dog. That's the way. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike, 51.
Turbo's up.
Here I come again.
Goff now looks to throw. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. So he fakes the spike and they get the touchdown. from 4 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Back. Hey, switch gears. 12.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Let's get in there. Hey,
Ric Flair.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Super one.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Let's get it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
We won. Come to my work. Check.
Again, it's Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Go, go, go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
I got it. 14, run it.
Patch it. Shit.
On 1st down, Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jacob Hollister, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 50, it's gone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
55, Mike, got 55. 3 buzz. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, Echo. Mike 55. 55.
Here's Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position of throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, look.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, 5.
After the sack on first down, Goff. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Hey, Steve 6.
3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
14. 51 to Mike.
Here's Goff. Oh, he's looking for a touchdown deep for Woods. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Woods, the intended receiver.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, that turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On first down, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On second down now, it's Jones. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
No.
Now it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Here's Wilson, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And the Seahawks on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And they're going to try to screen. It's complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on third down. Gone. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So we got man. Buzz. Be ready. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Hold on. Check. You better bring.
On fourth down, gone. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Let's go, fellas.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Reload.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Under 10. 10.
And they try to sweep to Jones. And he loses the football a second time. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.